Hi, bestie. How are
Welcome
you?
back, besties. I'm great. How about you?
Fantastic. Hey, I got a question for you,
Okay.
or more of a statement.
Okay.
Mom, I'm bored.
I hear that all the time, Christina. You know what I have to say to that? Only boring people get bored.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Mm.
Hmm. I don't know. I think we might have to debate that a little bit because I rarely get bored.
Ooh, well, you're not boring, so how about that? All right.
There will
So
be
my
some
kids
that
tell
would
me
beg
all
to
the time that they're bored. And it's not that they're just like telling me and informing that they're bored. They like want to pitch it to go to like Sky Zone or something. You know what I mean?
But of course, I mean, come on, mom, let's go do something.
Right, and I tell them the same thing I just told you. I say, only boring people get bored, so go find something to do. In fact, in this day and age, I would say that they should write a book and become a child YouTuber and make me millions instead of being bored, right?
Duh.
Other
Hello.
kids are doing it,
Use
why
that
not?
creativity. I mean, come on. Why can't it be that way? They should never get bored. I don't know how kids today get bored. Come
And
on.
you know what? And here's the biggest thing. When did their boredom become my problem as the mom?
Oh, because everything is mom's problem. You haven't figured that out yet?
Right? Okay, so then I started thinking about it too at the same time. Do I even know how to be bored?
I don't know. Do you? Because
Mm.
what happens with me when I get bored, let me just share this real quick. Um, is I start causing trouble. And when I cause trouble, that means I'm bored. So that means I don't have anything to do. And when I normally go into um a corporation or go into a job, that's one of the first things I tell my manager or the people I'm working with. If I get bored, there's going to be trouble.
I can completely believe that. Okay. Hey, besties. Welcome to Tiny Clarity. I'm Jen.
And I'm Christina.
We're handling one real life question with two honest perspectives. No forced agreement here. In fact, we like to disagree.
Yes.
Take whatever pieces of clarity work for your life today. Okay. So we're starting out with today's question. Maybe boredom is dangerous, is where we're going to start. So, because if I tell my kids
Ooh.
to go find something to do whenever they're bored, it makes me think about my childhood,
Ooh.
right?
Ooh.
Because, like,
Did you get bored as a child?
oh, heck yeah. I mean, and I think boredom as a child was bad because my older brother is crazy, always has been. And so, like, when my parents were busy and we were bored, we did some pretty ridiculous things. One of my favorites. Okay, so we lived on a military base, and in our backyard in Boston, we dug like a 9-foot hole as kids and used it as like a bunker to spy on the neighbors across the river in the back because they had dinner at 8:30. So we were like going to bed at 8:30 and then we'd sneak out and go meet at the hole and be like, why are they eating dinner so late? So then we've declared them the vampires. And then we
But
started
of
this like,
course.
we'd have to go check on them every night. We had like the vampire diaries where we'd keep track of what they were eating. And I mean, but it's
That
very
is fantastic. Oh my gosh.
right? And I snuck out to do that too. Oh my gosh, that's not even the worst. Let me think of some really good ones. So, one of my other favorites, because it was hysterical to see my mom. So my brothers and I would collect snakes in Boston and
Oh
then
god.
put them like in a garden, in one of those garden barrels, and then put a lid on top of it to hold them all together. And one particular Sunday, my dad's on TDY, so he's out of town. My mom's going to use the barbecue and pulls up the thing, and tons of snakes just come out. And
Oh
all
my
three of us,
god, you set your mom up.
could you imagine? What would you do? I mean, you're just like trying to make dinner. It's like, ah!
I if anyone was standing next to me, I would be on top of their shoulders. That's how quickly I would move. Like foot snakes, I don't even see them. I move so fast, they don't exist anymore, but you are going to carry me the rest of the time that we're outside. Thank you very much.
Mm. My mom had a very similar reaction. In fact, I'm pretty sure she flew and then like she was like, "Ah!" and, like threw the thing and it went far. And it was so funny to watch those kids. Oh my gosh, but that's not even like the most dangerous thing. You know, we
Oh
really like
god.
going on the roof. Did you ever go on the roof as a kid?
Oh, yes, we went on the roof. I gotta tell this real quick, sorry. We went on the roof and we were since the snow would be so high, and I'm originally from I was born and raised in Minnesota, so we got snow, not like snow we get today, which is hardly anything. We got snow. So being bored during the winter was definitely not a thing for us because we would go outside and we would, if the snow was high enough and the banks were high enough, we could slide off our roof onto the snow banks. And then we would also dig tunnels and trails through the yard all over. It was so much fun. So I can't imagine not being able to use your imagination and be bored. How do you be bored?
Okay, but here, let's talk about one thing super important. Did you just tell me that there was an epic snowstorm and you went on the roof of your house with
Well,
the
there were
snow there too?
I mean, as a kid, I remember it snowing so high that when they would pile the snow up, it was high. I mean, as a child, let's see, I'm only what, 5'3" now, so I couldn't have been too much taller than that as a child, but it had to be at least twice, if not 3 times higher than me, the snowbanks were. So, when the snow would get pushed up. So, yes, and,
No, no, the important
my
thing is on the roof, gorgeous, like on the roof, yeah?
So my mom's house had a very sloped front roof and then kind of a little pitch that came out. So it was only one level in the front of the house. So it's not like it was like two-story house that we were flying off the roof. You got to remember that the snowbanks or and the drifts would come up high enough where it was maybe a 4-foot drop, if even that.
Yeah, but so my
So
adult mind is saying, Christina, do you even know the values of snow? And it gets heavier every year. Snow continues to get heavier. So, like, who even, you were dangerous. You were so dangerous.
oh
You
my
little
God, we
dangerous
did
Christina.
so many things that were just like I don't think I would do them again. But as kids, we were told to go outside and, do not come back until the lights come on.
Right. And with nobody watching either. So it kind of
Oh,
made me
yes.
think. It kind of made me
We got
think
in
that
so much
maybe,
trouble.
right.
Wait, so do you have another story from childhood? Because,
Oh, I
spying
keep
on
going.
the vampire neighbors and then the snakes, did you guys also have, like, a lot of fun? Because 'Cause you're in Colorado, so I don't know if the snow difference is huge now compared to when you were a kid, or did you do other things that kind of kept your mind from not being bored, I guess?
Um, I loved being bored with my brothers and sisters because then that meant we'd do crazy things, right? Like truth and dare. We played truth or dare a lot. And actually, I didn't grow up in Colorado. I grew up all over. I'm a military brat. We just retired
Oh.
here in Boston. I mean, in this story that I'm telling, it's from Boston. But here in Colorado, gosh, I don't have that. One time as a bored adult, it snowed so bad that we snowshoed to the liquor store
And what did you, as a child, get at the liquor store?
as a child, right? Okay, so in Boston, I remember playing Truth or Dare, and like one of my most embarrassing things that like still sticks with me to this day because brothers and sisters make fun of me is that I ate 100-year-old gum off of the side of the road. But in that same time, we dared brother to put his hand in a hole, and we didn't realize that a mole was in it, so we had to go to the urgent care.
Oh my god. Wait. So he put his hand in the hole? Did he get cut or bit or what? That
Bit.
you had to go to the emergency room?
Yeah, he got bit by that dumb mole.
Oh my god. Did you catch it and keep it as a pet then after?
No. Poor
Oh,
thing. They can't see, so he was
right?
probably like, "What is that?" And they just bit him.
And who knows where your brother's fingers were?
Right? Okay, so we like going through all these stories and thinking about me as a boring child, I'm like, so the next time they ask for to go to Sky Zone, I think I'm just gonna have to be like, "Yes, of course we could go. Absolutely. Please don't get on the roof with snow like Christina."
Wait, okay. So when your kids wanna do something, they kinda prep you, right? I can remember my kids doing this. They kinda prep you and put, like, little things in your head,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Mhm.
"Oh, maybe we should go to Sky Zone, or maybe we should go skydiving, or maybe we should go do this." When you do those things, do you end up actually doing it with the kids, or do you just sit there and watch?
Oh, heck yeah. I'm one of those parents. I think you guys can tell. Like, I think you can
Yeah.
tell. Like, I'm not the kind that takes the kids to the park and then sits down and watches them play. I'm like, okay, I'm the monster. I'm going to count to 10. You guys have time to go. Like I that's how I am. I really like
Oh,
playing.
I do too, and one thing that I Leanne and I, were out at your house for that week, oh my god, it's been, like, almost 2 months now.
I know.
It seems so long. The one of the best memories I have from your house, and was never bored at your house because there were so many toys and things to play with, and one of my favorite parts was A, playing dolls, and then B, playing with the young kids and somebody's birthday party when we got there, and so Jen's got this, like, really cute little setup where she's got, like, a kids area and a little table there, and we played with Play-Doh and slime and all kinds of things. It was so much fun. So, when kids say they're bored, come
Right,
on, there's so
especially
much
my
to
kids.
do.
It's like, go pick a bucket in the playroom. Any one of them's gonna have stuff to do. I can't believe they would say that they're bored, period, right? Okay, so actually, I know that you aren't much better either, Christina. So, what does Christina do when she's bored?
Oh, Christina, she happens to find anything and everything to keep her mind busy. Um, ooh, it's raining out.
I know how Christina's mind works. Do you have to do 4 things at once to do that?
Yes, right. So if there is any inkling of being bored, I have to like examine what am I avoiding? But other than that, I will read, I will listen to audiobooks, I will listen to podcasts, I will start creating again, whatever it might be. Maybe I'll start writing or, write another book because, I don't have enough of those. Um or I rarely grab my phone and scroll, rarely. And I really if there's anything playing on my iPad, then I don't even remember it because I'm off doing other things. So, for me to get bored, it would be, God, maybe sitting on the beach and just sitting there. I don't know if I can
Gotta
just
punch
sit
her through the
there.
screen. How about you guys?
I don't know if I can just sit there.
That would be like how I made it in life, is that
That
you
might be
know that I could
torture
just
for me.
note to self, you're gonna need to bury Christina on the beach,
Ooh, note to self. Make sure I
right?
note to self, make sure I put the little shovel where
You
I
know,
can grab it.
I'm remembering stories that you were telling me about when you were bored in the corporate world, because Christina has
Oh
a lot of
my god.
experience in the corporate world. So tell us about that.
Of course, I caused trouble because why not? So some of the things
Wait,
that we
you?
would do I know, is I love to play practical jokes, and so when I get bored, then I'll wander around and I'll chit chat with people, um, and this isn't just bored, it's to avoid work too. I mean, come on, let's be honest. But, like, put lotion, on the when you pick up the desk phone on the receiver end of it, so when
Mhm.
people put that up to their phone to answer it, they get lotion all over their ear. Or I would tape down
Gross.
yes, or I would tape down the button so when they would pick up the handset to put to their it would still ring because it's taped down. Or, like, we would pick or we would pick on interns or the younger kids that would come in and say, "Okay, here's the chair. You can sit on the chair, but guess what? You have to go get the chair filled with air." And they would push that chair all the way down to maintenance, and basically it was just go do your shit because
Nuh-uh.
I'm
You're
busy.
such a
They
jerk.
would push that chair down to maintenance, and they would ask the maintenance guys to fill up the seat or to fill up the air in the wheels, which were plastic. There wasn't anything for it to do, but
I
it
think I'd
was
be like,
so much fun. Oh my gosh.
I think I'd have to go home. I'd be like, oh, I got
I mean
hair gel on my ear.
oh, yes, yes. I mean, they are all innocent ones per se. Hopefully, it didn't cause any harm other than maybe some embarrassment. I mean, come on, wheeling
Except
a
for
chair
that
down
one.
the maintenance guys.
See, I heard from a little birdie that one time you got so bored you started dating within the workplace.
Yes, I did do that. A couple times, maybe. And I wouldn't even say dating, it was more or less of, "Okay, I'm really bored," and when you go to your bosses and you say, "Okay, I need more work to do, I need more stuff to do," they're like, "Well, let me think on that." I'm like, "Well, okay, well, then, if I'm gonna sit here for 8 hours, I'm gonna do some other things." So, of course, go off and you have some fun with some coworkers.
So hot take on this
Why
one
not?
is don't let Christina get bored, especially
Yeah.
around you and phones.
Oh my god. If you and I were together, like, physically together, and we got bored, just think of how much trouble we could get into. I
I
mean, I
have
think dare what is it called? Truth or dare would definitely be the theme.
Mhm, 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 mhm. And then we'd do a dare, and then we'd be like, "Truth is, I like that."
Oh, I love that.
Right? Okay, so you can be bored with your life and then accidentally blame your relationship?
I mean, I don't know if I would be calling relationship.
Ah, yeah,
I
because it
mean,
was like a
you
fling.
spend a lot of time with your coworkers, and in some cases, you spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your actual family, right? So,
So, is it the consistency? So let me ask, is stability boring?
um, I think depending on how you look at stability for me, and
Mhm.
again, this is for me, stability is something that I seek out. However, it needs to be balanced. And when I mean by balance, I need dopamine, right? So that structure and stability will
I could
bring
use some dope
clarity.
too.
Yeah, well, this gives me dopamine right here, you and I doing this, but it brings that, mental clarity and emotional grounding into a predictable and that I think that's the key word is that it brings predictability into your life, and so, for me, I need some of that, but I also need that flexibility, so if I'm too stable, it
Mhm,
rocks me
mhm.
off my it rocks me off my rocker, and then I get bored, and then I'll do naughty things, we'll
Okay,
say.
I totally thought about it. I would love to see any listeners, I wanna hear what is, like, the worst thing you've ever done because you got too bored. Put it in the comments if you got anything for us. We'd love to chat about it here. And I'd like to chime in on that. I actually don't associate like stability with boredom at all. In fact, I think it's kind of the other way around. Like for me, the more of a stable environment you have, then you have room to do whatever the hell you want. So like, right? Like rich kids, you heard the statistic that like rich kids tend to like 85% of the time choose an art over all other things. So it's
Yes.
like once you have that stability, you can paint, you can take ballet, you can build something, start a weird project or learn something. I think stability gives you room to be like more interesting and to find who you are and what you like, you know?
Yeah, and so if you look at stability and you look at a person's life, there are many different ways to look at that. And stability and what you're describing there is stability in financial means, right?
Right.
Where they're
That's kind of what I'm talking
stable
about.
in
Yeah.
financial means, more than likely they're not stable in other areas of their life. But if I had unlimited funds and that part of my life was stable, oh my god, watch out.
Hmm.
'Cause there would definitely be a lot of trouble. But I think that stability creates room for you to be more creative, and I think that's why you'll see a lot of people move towards that creative side because they don't have to worry about making money.
Right. But also, like, I'm going to also point out that as you're saying this, I'm thinking to myself that if I was financially sound to do whatever the hell I wanted, I would 1000% sit and be bored by a beach, Christina. Like 1000%. That would be my A number one choice. And Christina's like, no, that's the worst for me.
And that I mean, yeah.
I'm buying you a bodyboard. You can bodyboard while I sit.
Well, and I was just thinking
Sure.
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, "Okay, you can sit on the beach all you want, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna walk up and down the beach or go in the water or go talk to people or maybe I'll be in my head and I will sit on my phone." I don't know, but I do know that just sitting and we talked about meditating too, right? Just sitting is not the easiest, activity for me.
No, and me neither. I think my brain is always going, so I feel like I always need to be entertained or involved in something, right? Like, okay, so
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
little Jen, she would play with a garden hose and go outside on the roof, but big Jen, she has Wi-Fi and a credit card, which is terrible because why why am I always the boredest in the morning when everyone else is still sleeping in the house and I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed because, it's Sunday morning, I'm gonna take it nice and easy. And
But
then
wait, what does Big Jen do in the morning with that time and a credit card?
you don't
What are
even
you
wanna know,
doing?
Christina. I'm such an entrepreneur, like, especially in the morning, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm gonna be like, "I'm gonna open up everything." So, how you be scrolling, and they're like, "Make a side hustle now, and you could be a influencer. All you need is these 3 tips, and we guarantee." And I'm like, "Well, of course it's guaranteed. How could you not?"
I mean, come on. I may not even I I hear you on that 100%. I don't know how many things I've bought that I've never actually went and looked at.
And sometimes, like, I don't even know that I buy them because I'm, like, such an entrepreneur in the morning, but by lunchtime, I'm like, "That was a stupid idea. I'm never gonna do that." Like, I'm way too busy. Like, what I don't even like that idea, right? And then, come 3 months later, there's a surprise on my bill. It's like a reoccurring account that I signed up for. When did that happen? For creative online entrepreneurs. Wait a minute, that's not me.
Wait, I did that? No, somebody else must have signed me up for that. What the heck?
Right?
But if you looked at my Amazon cart right now, I think I'm up to about $800 in there because that's what now I've learned, right? I know my behaviors, and so now I'll scroll and I'll be like, "Ooh, I want that. Oh, I want that. I want that. Ooh, multiple colors." So now I gotta put 5 of that dress in there, but it has to be like 5 different colors of that dress. Yes, even though they probably won't work anyways, and then I end up sending them back. But so I think the activity of just, like, shopping on my phone, but not buying. So I've gotten to that point where I won't buy unless I absolutely need to now because I don't need any more shit.
Well, so sometimes in the morning, I will make a game of it and I'll be like, I don't need to buy anything whatsoever. However, if I go into Nordstrom's and I'm able to find something that's 97% off, I can't afford not to buy it. You know what I mean?
I
That
mean,
happens
come
to me all the time.
on.
So then I would not be looking for something. And then all of a sudden it's like, boop, there it is, purchased and delivered to my door because I thought of it like a game instead of buying.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm like, "I'm gonna win
completely.
this game. I'm gonna be the best at it,
I'm gonna be the best ever, and I'm never going to be bored.
ever.
But,
Never, ever."
okay, so your kids are young. My kids are older. They're adulting. How do they handle boredom in your house? Do they get bored? I mean, other than suggesting to go to, you know, to the Sky Zone or whatever that place is called, which I have not been to. Um, what do they do? Because it's completely different than when I was a child compared to kids nowadays.
It's very interesting. I find myself kind of more capable of being bored than they are, if that makes sense. So we had this discussion last night for dinner because I knew we were gonna have this podcast. So I asked the family around, I'm like, "What do you guys do about boredom? Like, tell me about how that works." And it was really interesting because both my husband and my older Allison, she says, and him, they both like, "We don't get bored. If I'm not loving the situation, I'll just do something different." And then David was like, "I have a ridiculous to-do list. I will never run out of this. I will never be bored. I always have things to do kind of thing." And then Caroline was like, "I'm bored with this conversation."
Can I go, please?
But I really, I think it's very interesting because my oldest, I think her boredom, like she really likes to just relax and read a book. Like she finds herself really good there. My youngest, I think she says she's bored just to try to convince me to play with her. If
Oh,
that
I
makes
would
sense.
totally do that too because I would love to play with you too. We had so much fun playing
Yeah.
dolls.
Playing is the best.
Again?
Again.
Again?
That was so funny. Okay. So what's nope, nope, nope. Neither of us actually think that putting your phone down is the answer in boredom, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's yeah. Yes, I'll flat out
Okay.
agree with that, but I don't think the phone is the way to cure boredom.
Okay, but so then when we were chatting about boredom and how boredom works for us, uh, we were thinking that I realized I don't necessarily need my phone to have, like, more going on. I actually use my phone to make it so that there's less in my head. Okay, let me explain. My mind is always going like, if you could see Christina's mind and my mind, they probably look something different, and you're like, "Slow down, stop, it's not you're gonna hurt yourself." Anyway, so what I like to do is I like to watch TV specifically. Now, I'll use the word watch openly because I'll just set the phone down and I let it play and I'll do things while I'm working so that my
Yes.
mind can listen to that instead of all 700 things that I could be thinking about. So what it
Oh,
does is it like takes me like a single dar and is like, "Don't think so hard, just do the damn dishes."
it
You
helps
know?
you be more present.
Yes, exactly. Which is interesting because I'm less present because half of my mind is somewhere else, but at the same time, it makes perfect sense to me. It's like it's you know what? It's like a fidget. It's like I'm really good with fidgets on phones because then it, like, takes my hands away from my body worrying about that, and I can focus just on my voice. It's kinda like that same theory.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, and it's funny you say that too because and I think about this when I go for a walk in the morning, and I walk a lot,
Yeah, you do.
and I'll find myself doing this on the walk just to help me quiet my mind, and I have a podcast going on in my ears. I've got DOG doing whatever he's doing, and I'm trying to make sure that he's not gonna rub into some poo. Um
Right.
it which is so gross. And then
That sounds
watching to make
shitty.
sure I know. He is a little shit some days. I love him.
I know.
And then so there's just all kinds of things that are going on, but in my mind, even though I have all these things going on, I still have 10,000,000 things happening in my brain, 10,000 thoughts, different little voices in my head, and they're not different, they are me, but they're just constantly going, and I know we talked about this yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, but we talked about what do you do with those voices in your head, and do you need to actually silence them, or or are they taking you out of the boredom? So, if I'm actually sitting still, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm having 10,000,000 conversations in my head? Maybe? I don't know.
You know, it's something interesting to me when we were chatting about our boredom. So I cannot listen to music while I'm doing a task. My body takes over and I cannot not dance to music. Like I'm almost incapable. So I cannot work on a computer because I'll be like, and it's like, calm down, Jen. We got to work here. Your typing is so much slower when you're doing that. You know what I mean? But I know that you prefer to listen to music. Yeah.
I do, I listen to music constantly. I even have music going now, and so I've noticed on when I go back and I'm doing editing on our podcast, I can see me moving to
The
beats because 'cause
music.
I'm listening to what we're talking about, but I'm also hearing what's in the background, and to me, it kinda helps settle my mind a little bit, so
What's
maybe it's not
interesting
as
to
active.
Yeah, and it's so like the same thought that like I keep my mind half busy so that the other half of it could be doing. It to me, it feels like you're like, "Okay, body, you have something to do."
Yeah, exactly. I've assigned you now to move, to sway, just listen to the beat, and you got this, little body, you go. Which
Right?
then sets my mind a little bit free to work on whatever I'm creating in that particular moment. So
It kind of feels like we're like doing the same thing too. I
it
agree.
does, but it's so interesting that you find it more difficult to listen, and maybe it's the style of music, because I know if I listen to music that I know the words of, then I am more apt to pay attention to the music, where I listen to, what is it called? Coffee house chill music or whatever, which I don't know any of the words to the songs that are playing, and it's just background music. So it's like sitting in a coffee shop, and to me, that is helps relieve some of my movement.
Yeah, I could totally get that. And that makes sense. Maybe it's the wrong music. Maybe. I like to listen to classical music
Maybe.
too.
Oh,
Like
I
when I
love
really, really
classical.
have to focus.
Yes.
I'm like, "Okay,
Yes.
Jen," 'cause a lot of times I read a ton for, you know, none of your business, but
Pleasure.
I read a ton. And if I have to, like, comprehend that text, I can't listen to words music, and I can't listen to anything with a big bass, period. Like, so it has,
Ooh.
like, a constant beat, like, bump, bump, bump. I can't do it, not when I'm reading, because my cadence is
No.
different than the beat, so I have to listen. Okay, total part far off. You know what? Actually, I just want to declare that we've had so much fun talking about voices in our heads and about how we work them out. I'm totally thinking that's another podcast. So be on the
Oh,
lookout
I
for that
believe
one.
too, 100% because, the and I've got the soundtrack that has, like, an example of what it sounds like to be inside my head, and again, there's 10 to 15 different things happening at once, like, all the time.
That's crazy.
It's annoying,
You know, the other
actually,
day I was
at
sitting
some
there with
point.
David because in this discussion, you guys, we'll go further on it, but I'm just gonna, like, open the can just a teeny bit. So in this discussion, I kinda heard that, non neurodivergent, typical, I don't neurotypicals,
Neurotypical.
neurotypicals typically do not think in their brain, that they can silence the voice, and I thought that was crazy, and so my husband, who is very neurotypical, I would think, I asked him one day what he was thinking, and he says, "Nothing." I said, "What do you mean nothing? What do you mean nothing?" He says, like, "Duh," and he's like, "Maybe, that's maybe," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? There's, like, 7 people talking right now, and I'm talking."
How yeah, I don't get it. I had the same conversation in a situational ship too, and I'm just like, "How do you not what do you" and this was why we were driving, and I'm like, "Aren't you thinking about what's coming up, what's on the side of the road?" And nope,
Right.
nope, just nothing, and I'm like, "Are you just staring at the car in front of you? What?" I mean, I
Blows my mind, like, "Wait,
don't get
you
it.
are not having constant conversations in
Get
your head? I don't get it."
it.
Here
Like, "Oh
I am.
my god," and I'll pick up my phone and I'll be like I'll push my record button and I'll be like oh, because I just had another brilliant idea that's going to make us $1,000,000. Hello.
Mhm. Okay,
It's gonna solve all the world's problems.
right? You probably will, by the way. I know it. Give
Well,
her
of
some
course
boredom
we
and she'll
will.
solve it all. Okay, now I'm confused. My kids tell me they're bored because they wanna go to Sky Zone. I tell them only boring people get bored, and then my childhood resulted in bodily injury. Your boredom broke into an office war. You can start and end relationships for being bored. And now we're saying sometimes what looks like constant stimulation is actually helping us settle.
It could be, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, it's completely up to the individual. I can't say there's a one size fits all
Yeah.
for understanding your boredom and what it takes, but be present in the moment in whatever moment you're in. So, like today, we're on this podcast, and it is very difficult for me constantly, but I'm already thinking about the things I'm gonna do after we get off this podcast and all the lists that are going through my head. But the hardest part for me is to actually be present, and that's one of the things that I work on constantly is to be present in the moment. And my boredom leads to creative shit, right? So I love to create. I love to problem solve. That is one of my favorite things to do, and I'm really good at it too.
That's
Um,
a really good thought too. You made me think. So, like, is boredom actually like not having anything to do, or is it just not being present in the moment?
that's a fantastic question, and maybe it is not being present in the moment. Why are
Because I've heard
you
you say this before. There's always
yeah,
something to do, right?
there's always something to do. There's always something you can create. There's always something you can play with. You can call people you can call and talk to. You can scroll if that's your thing, but I would avoid that as much as possible. Start something new, clean. Like I can always clean at my place. Or go cause some trouble. Go talk to a neighbor. Play with your dog. There's always something to do. Go for a walk. Or one of my favorite pastimes is take a nap.
Do you see that?
What? What?
I'm eating a banana. Okay. Okay.
If
So
nobody else
then
got that, that's too bad for you.
that's what happens when Jen gets bored. Okay, so we're waiting 20 minutes for a doctor's office. This is just fun. Just
Okay,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're waiting 20 minutes, you're at a doctor's office. What are you doing to not be bored in that situation?
Ooh, you better think because I'm gonna ask you the same question.
Okay,
Um,
I know.
if there is somebody sitting in there, I might start a conversation, or I
Ooh.
will more than likely pick up my phone and start creating something or work on something that I already am working on. And more than likely, I already have my earbuds in, so I'm listening to a podcast. Yeah, that's probably what I would do, and depending on who's sitting in there, whether I would start a conversation with them or not. But
Mm.
what would you do?
Hold on, I don't even believe you, not even for a second, by the way, you guys. I totally see it like this, like, Christina signs in, she makes, like, eye contact with the people that are sitting, but they're all playing on their phone because that's what everyone does these days, and
Oh
then
my
so
god,
she
that is
sits
so
down
true.
and she's like, "Oh, wait, I have an idea for a book. I'll write it in 20 minutes." I bet you.
That yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't been to the doctor's office in I don't know how long. I mean, I did get my blood drawn today, but where I go, it's so quick and easy. You walk in, you don't even have to really sign in anymore, and I'm out of there within 15 minutes. So, that's why I'm having a little trouble figuring out
Because you
what would
just
I do in that moment, and I think that's what I would do. Yes, you are correct. Never mind. Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
so. I mean, and maybe I'm wrong too, but, I think you know what I would do.
You
I
would
think I
chat the entire office up. Like, you
Mhm,
would be talking to every single one of them,
mhm,
finding out what
and
their life story is, why
mhm,
are they there, how can
mhm.
you help them? Yes, and then you would be so sad when your name got called because you're like, "Wait, I didn't get this person's story," or, "Wait, we're not finished with this story.
You
Just
know me
hold
so well.
you please hold? I will come when I'm ready."
That's about right, that's about right. Well, and for me too, I think, like, I really try hard not to pull my phone out in situations like that. I feel like just to be completely honest, the phone by itself bores me. I cannot just do phone. I cannot just scroll. So, like, people that can, like, doom scroll is
Yes.
something I cannot do. I've tried it, I want to, I really do, but I just can't. After a couple of videos, I'm like, "This is so boring, I can't do this
It
anymore."
is.
And
Oh,
so,
okay, I
for
gotta
me, it's like,
keep
I
going,
don't
keep
even
going.
wanna do it. And so I feel like whenever I bring my phone up, if I'm using my phone in public like that, it's meant to be a shield, you know?
Yes, I would agree with that, yeah, and there are some days where I do use it as a shield because I just don't feel social.
And other times, even if so, like, if there's no one else in the waiting room, or I've talked to the old people and they're like, "Leave me alone, we're very sick." Like, "Okay, fine, have a great day." Then I'll just spend the rest of the time counting the fish on the wall or, things like that to keep me entertained, but not my phone, usually.
Yeah, yeah, I try not to pull out my phone unless it's to do work. But okay, so I have a
'Kay.
confession,
Yeah.
and I know we've talked about this before, and I love our friends. And I love how they post and they are being, they're being intentional and they're trying to get their message out there. But there have been times where I've been scrolling through and I try to, support them on their posts, but I will set my phone down and I will just let the video run and not necessarily watch it. And then the other thing that I do too, and I do this and I love the Diary of a CEO and other podcasts like that, like, oh, what's one of Small Town Murder is another one. I listen to them 2x
Which
because
is brilliant.
I just can't just sit there and listen, and sometimes you get people that are very slow talkers, and it's like, "Come on, let's go. Get that shit moving."
Can I
And
tell
so
you guys that she blew my mind when she told me you can do it? I had no idea. So maybe that will solve my problem. Because the truth is, we have a lot of friends who we love to support, and, that would be really nice to know that trick to get it through. Because I really want to support all my friends too. In fact, what ends up happening during that time, I'm currently away since the YouTube shutdown, I haven't really gone online at all, but, before I went to bed, I would spend 20 minutes commenting and going through everyone and before I went to bed, which was a lot of work.
it is a lot of work, but, I mean, when you're supporting friends, is it really work?
Right, right, I agree with that. Mhm, and so then there's the balance, like, did we actually figure anything out? Like,
No, of course
no.
not.
Came into this thinking that, like, being bored, you need to, like, step away from your phone, But I think that's the exact opposite for me, actually, after all this discussion. What about you?
Yeah, I want to agree, but I don't want to agree, if
Yeah,
that makes sense,
I
right?
do. And maybe it's like for each person, it's their own thing. Like pick your own tool. I don't think this is like phone versus no phone anymore. It's like,
Pick your poison.
uh, yeah, whatever helps you settle the noise to get through enough to do what you're actually doing, whether that's TV, a podcast, music, painting, use it deliberately.
Yeah, and
Deliberately.
the other the other thing is notice when you get bored, what do you grab? So, do you grab your phone when you're bored? Or like me, I start to pace. So, that's kind of a key for me to go, "Oh shit, maybe I should be doing something." Or maybe I just need to pace, but you don't need to fix it, and you
Yeah,
don't
I
need to
like
judge
that.
it. You just need to notice it and then start to see if you can start to see a pattern happening.
Okay. Maybe the goal isn't less stimulation. Maybe it's knowing what your stimulation is doing for you.
Yes. Ooh, I love that.
Okay. So, hey guys, I had a really good conversation today. It wasn't boring at all.
Our conversations are really not boring. Oh my god, some of the conversations we have, we yes, we shall invite you in some days. Some days, yeah, no.
Thanks for joining us this time. We had a really great time. So, we're going to leave you guys with some pocket praises like we love to.
Yes.
So, I say, do what you need to clear your brain to get through what you need to do.
Yes. Boredom isn't a problem, it's something for you to notice and to take notice of
Yep. Yeah.
and to
So then
figure out the pattern, right?
yeah, yeah. So when you say, "I'm bored," what do you actually mean? Nothing
Exactly.
to do, nothing sounds interesting, you need stimulation, you're looking for a connection, looking for a change, or do you just genuinely need someone to take you to Sky Zone,
Ooh, yes. Maybe you just need a little bit of attention from a best friend.
right? Well, thanks for hanging out with us, besties. We'll see you next week.
Yes, on Tiny Clarity.
Do it
Bye.
scared because we are too.